Hello everyone, welcome to Haley Moon Tarot. This is your weekly singles love reading for Scorpio. How are you guys? And welcome to the new viewers. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If there's anything you need to know, it's generally below in the description under each video. If not, just ask a question. I'll answer the best I can. So welcome. Right, and the regular viewers, welcome back. Let's see what's going on. Somebody rushing in. This is someone being a little restless and reckless. Yeah, this is someone who sees Empress energy. There's an opportunity. It's somebody who's open, available. So they're definitely following their passion. There's a lot of attraction here. Yeah. Yeah, but I see this walking away. That's why I feel, yeah, this is somebody here who... someone who's not looking for the same thing you are. This is a person who's a little restless. They're kind of rushing in. It's a person who doesn't like to feel pressured, but like I say, this is someone who's, I feel this walking away. Yeah. Yeah, because you can see an energy of having to make a decision. This is about taking off the blindfold and seeing here. Yeah, so you're trusting blindly. But the Empress is an energy of healing. This is the start of something new, but I do feel walking away from this. Yeah, somebody who wants more than they're willing to give. Yeah, so you're trusting blindly, having to make a decision. This is a person here who's unable to move forward. This is someone who kind of wants more than they're willing to give. And I can see it. It's because I feel, yeah, the Tower, the shock. See, this is something that likely won't go anywhere. See, there's no foundation. It's a person who's non-committal. Yeah, tell me about this Knight of Wands. Looks like a Sag energy. Yeah, see, this situation doesn't serve, you know. See, releasing this, it no longer serves. This is someone who's unable to move forward, but I feel a lot of it is yourself not trusting blindly, seeing it for what it is. It just wasn't meant to be. So you're definitely open. I see you walking away from this. It's not emotionally fulfilling. Yeah, it's just not in your best interest is what I feel. They're, you know, it's this person here who... this person has things they need to release and let go of, but I feel it's not up to you to try to figure out this person. This is where I feel you just get over it quickly. It is what it is. It wasn't meant to be, and moving on. But it's not what you're looking for. It wasn't emotionally fulfilling. Yeah. Yeah, you've got someone else coming in here. I see a King of Pentacles. Yeah. This is all about the giving and receiving. You got a person who likes to plan and prepare ahead. Yeah, you got a little bit of a shock, see, but this come out first. The Tower, this is something built on shaky ground. It's sort of over before it really goes anywhere. But this is something very sudden here where you kind of didn't see it coming, but now you've got this King of Pentacles here. Yeah, so I feel what you're dealing with, someone who doesn't want to lay a foundation, someone who doesn't want to commit. And that's what I feel is happening with this person. They're just reckless, restless, looking for attention. There's somebody here where the grass is always greener too. Like I say, it's just, I feel like you know with this energy. But you do have this person. You may not see this coming. Someone who's grounded, sensible. It has to do with someone who's been kind of procrastinating and pondering. They're looking at this situation. This is someone who's open to new opportunities. It's an energy of growth. Yeah, you got some kind of sudden change happening. Tell me about the Tower. Yeah, see, this is somewhere where you have a change of perspective. You got someone else checking you out here. You might you won't see it coming because I feel focusing on this. Yeah, someone who's unable to move forward. Tell me about the Star. Yeah, see, this is sudden change. But there is change coming, and this is what's interesting. This is likely an energy of a person who rushed in. Yeah, they rushed in. Someone who's not ready for change, but I feel this is you going through change. See, moving on. Yeah. See, to me, it's just something that isn't going anywhere. It doesn't serve your best interest. Yeah, I think you're keeping your options open. See, we have the energy of 3, seizing the day, and I feel like you're going to take other opportunities. Just keeping your options open here. Yeah. And then you can see the Wheel of Fortune. So this is where things start to go in your favor. You see, because this is an energy of you changing. You're the one who has to make the necessary changes. But this is someone who, they could try to come back around, but I feel like you're moving on from this. I see a lot of growth. See, this is something that wasn't really growing, not really going anywhere. But it's you making changes, keeping your options open. Yeah, taking other opportunities that are presented. This is where things are going to actually start going in your favor, because I do see you're not seeing it coming. You have this other person. Who's this King of Pentacles? You may cross paths with this person, but you can see this situation isn't going anywhere. And then you're going to cross paths with someone here. Yeah, I see you taking a pause, looking at things from a whole different perspective. Yeah, there's been a tower moment, but this came first. See, sudden change. Yeah, I think you're just moving on from this. It's just not going anywhere. But you're going to cross paths with someone here. Yeah, there's definitely been a lot of hurt, you know, disappointment. Yeah, feeling a little hurt. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised this person tries to come back around, trying to get things to go in their favor, for you to try to see things their way. But I do see this sudden change of perspective. I feel like you got another person checking you out here. Yeah, you got a person who speaks truth. Someone who speaks truth. But there's been some hurt here. I think this person too, whoever this is somebody who probably hurt your feelings. But I also see an energy of, see, you're going to cross paths with someone else. You're not going to see this coming. And I do feel like you're dealing with someone who's unable to move forward. Yeah, so somebody who the truth hurts. But yeah, this is someone who probably should have done this sooner, because you can see they seen you in a favorable light, but they wanted things to go in their favor. This is someone who's not getting what they want, but it has to do with speaking a truth. Yeah, the truth hurts. Yeah, so you're going to break free. I feel like you just got a person who's reckless, restless. They just want someone who gives it attention. You do have someone else checking you out, and I do feel you're dealing with this hurt. See, and there could be even a third-party situation. This is a confession. Somebody confessed something here, basically. And it is someone who's been reckless. They're a runner. They rush in and run away, but it's someone who's, the grass is always greener on the other side. And it could be, like I say, it could be this person trying to come back around. Yeah, you can see there was things that were hidden. This is someone who decided to tell you the truth, to basically confess. Because I do think you got a person here who's rushed in. They're very reckless. But I see the sudden change. Yeah, somebody who's non-committal. Somebody who doesn't want to commit. They still want to play the field. It's a person who kind of wants their cake and eat it too. But they are confessing and telling you the truth. And I definitely can see the energy of the moon. See, somebody who just wants something romantic, right? I don't know about this person. They're speaking a truth, but like I say, it's a bit of a shock and a surprise, but they are non-committal. Someone who doesn't want to move forward, they can't move forward. But I feel like you've got another person coming in. I see a Taurus energy. Yeah. See, it's about two people, you're just not on the same page with this person. You're not in alignment. Because this is an energy of someone who just comes in when they want attention. They want to play the field. See, open relationship. They don't want to commit. Yeah, see, someone who doesn't want to commit. But this is where I feel like you have another person coming. It's a person who has a love of home and family. You're manifesting what you desire. You have everything you need. Really watch out for someone here, though, because I do feel there is a manipulation. This is someone telling you truth about some things, but maybe not everything. It is a person, it is someone telling you that they, I feel, or don't want to make any kind of commitment. So they're trying to show you they have honesty, integrity. But like I say, I feel like this is someone where the grass is always greener. They want to play the field. So it's telling you to be careful what you're manifesting. So you have everything you need to manifest your desire. Yeah, see, applying lessons learned. Yeah, Nine of Swords. This is someone who probably has regret for telling you. But this is the energy of this romantic energy. This is someone who just wants to date, a little romance, you know. But they are non-committal. But you have another person coming in who will. Yeah, this person can see that too. They see an Empress. They see if they don't commit, somebody else will. But look at the Nine of Cups. This is someone being cautious, careful what they wish for. This is someone who's been kind of hiding behind a mask, hiding their true self. And it is a little bit of romance. Like, this is sort of like, you know, they just want to date, but they don't want to commit to anything. But what this person's now seeing is that somebody else will. And I do feel like you have a person who's going to come in, yeah, seeing truth in the situation. This is yourself seeing truth, too. They are telling you a truth, but they're still hiding something. This is someone who's not really ready for emotional intimacy. They're basically emotionally unavailable. I do think this is someone looking at, you know, putting the shoe on the other foot, too. They hurt your feelings because it was a shock surprise. But I do see third party. I would be very careful with this person. See, it's often people who speak truth, right? They'll tell you the truth about something so that you believe everything that you tell them. But I really feel it's someone who wants to play the field. They're definitely emotionally unavailable. They have secrets. Like I say, they tell you some truth. But this is that moment of enlightenment. This person knows they probably hurt your feelings here. But I think you're over this. I feel like you're moving on. I feel like you can see this isn't going in your favor. You're just cutting your losses. It's not meant to be. You know your worth and your value, too. This is someone seeing that, too. Whatever it is this person was trying to do, they didn't get what they wanted. But you do have another person coming in. And that's what I feel. This person's likely going to end up seeing the truth. See, seeing the truth themselves. Yeah, if they don't commit, somebody else will. But, yeah, I can see a Seven of Pentacles. See, loss of interest. So you're going to lose interest in this person. I don't think this person had your best interest at heart. They had their own, but I do feel like there's a somewhat of a confession. This is someone who's kind of got a lot of secrets, a dark cloud hanging over them. Yeah, they're just not emotionally available. Yeah, someone who's got secrets, but it's telling you to trust your intuition. With that Empress energy, trust your intuition. You already know the answers you're seeking. Yeah, because I do feel this is someone who's non-committal. I do feel there's truth there. But the thing is, this is someone who just wants to come in when they want attention, right? Yeah. But they do see. I can see what this person now sees, too. If they don't make a commitment, someone else will. But I feel like it's telling you to pay attention to the red flags. I feel the red flags are cautioning you here to be very cautious what you're manifesting with this person. Because if you are open to receive and they do come back around, I'm pretty sure this is someone who's going to change. Yeah, you need to do what's right for you. See, they're doing what's right for them, but you have to do what's right for you. So basically I don't think this is someone who's ready for any kind of commitment. They are emotionally unavailable, but I don't think this person was being fair, because it's like I don't know if you had a date with this person or something, because I do see this energy of kind of romanticizing here. I think you need to look out for yourself here, because I do feel like, you know, you need to do what's right for you, because this person's kind of in that energy of doing what's right for them. So you got to do you, right? That's what it's all about. Yeah, I don't think this person's right for you. Yeah, Seven of Cups. See, this is someone who doesn't want to make any kind of commitment. They want an open relationship. They are being honest, but I feel like you're shocked and surprised at the same time. And I do think this person's going to have a massive epiphany. They hurt your feelings. This person wasn't fair. This is someone who didn't come in right. But like I say, you're going to have that little aha moment yourself. Yeah, so you're single. This person just wants to be single. They just want to play the field. Like I say, they're emotionally unavailable. Yeah, see? This is someone who I do feel playing on someone's, kindness, compassion, forgiveness, playing on someone's sympathy a little bit. Be very cautious of this person, because sometimes you'll get people who tell truth, but they're still hiding other things. They're not emotionally available. They just want to be single. Yeah. They're not interested in you. They don't have your best interest at heart. They have their own best interest. So you have to have your best interests at heart. Yeah, you want a partner. I can tell. I mean, the Empress wants a partner. You want, you want stability here. I do see another person coming in, though. I do feel like you won't see this coming. Yeah, so this is something ending. I do think this is over. It's over before it really goes anywhere. See, sudden change where you just walk away. And they're going to see why you're walking away too. But like I say, I feel like you've got the death card. This is someone here kind of, hoping and praying that you can forgive them. I'd be very careful with this person, because they are someone who does speak some truths. It's just but they are manipulative. Like I feel they're manipulative at the same time. So this person's really interesting, but I think this is over. I do think this is finished. Yeah, I do think it's finished. I feel like you're done with this. You're just not interested. Yep, you're leaving this person behind. You're going to leave this person behind. You're single. You're going off to play the field. See, I feel like this is someone who they want an open relationship. They don't want to provide anything. See, they have everything they need. They don't want to provide anything. This is someone who wants more than they're willing to give. So this is why I feel like you're going to leave them behind. You're going off on a different path. And I do feel that there's other people going to come in. Yeah, see, somebody who's going to come in. You do have a person who I feel you're not going to see it coming. It'll be a bit of a surprise too. But I definitely feel it's an energy of going on a date. Somebody else is going to ask you out. I do see Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, some Sagittarius energy. Yeah. But you do have another person coming in. Yeah, so you want someone who's emotionally available. See, this is about you paying attention to the signs and the signals. They're cautioning you, telling you to be careful what you're manifesting. Some of you have a type, these emotionally unavailable people. So it's about you breaking free from this pattern habit, okay? Because it is about conditioning, being conditioned. See, the Empress is someone, I do see this healing energy. But I do feel like you have a person who's emotionally available coming in. Yeah. But you got a person who just wants to be single. That's the person who tells you some truth. It's a bit of shock, surprise. That's why I feel like you're out of here. Yeah. And now you got a King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah, see, waiting for the right person. This is where you got to do you. See, next, I really feel like next. And I do think you're online dating, social media, or just getting yourself out there. You're just keeping open to offers that come your way. Yeah. Yeah, you're heading down a different path. See, it has to do with compatibility, cooperation, and compromise. See, it's an energy of someone here who I feel doesn't want to compromise. They don't want to give you anything. This is someone who's more of a taker than a giver. They may even be stable, but they don't want to provide anything. Yep, you are breaking free. Like I feel you're off to the races. You've been on a bit of a journey here, but I see next. See, expanding your horizons. But I do see next somebody else coming in who's a little more compatible. See, they're willing to bend over backwards to please you, not you please them. Because that's what I feel. You got a person here who kind of, it's sort of like fill my cup, indulge me, give me what I want, right? And maybe. Little caution there. Yeah, see, Six of Cups, you long for love. Yeah. But the person who comes in right will be generous, okay? This is about you recognizing the signs. And I do feel like some of you have leveled up to Empress status because of this. You're finally learning to recognize the signs. You have a type, people who are emotionally unavailable. But it's learning to recognize when they are. Always listen to what people tell you. Even if they speak truth about something, don't trust blindly, because some people will tell you some truths, right? So that you will believe them and trust them. But they are emotional. This is one person very emotional and available. And then I do see a person who comes in. See, the right person comes in right. They take you on dates. They bring you little gifts. They show you that they like you. It's about being someone who's being sincere. Yeah. See, it's all about recognizing the signs. Yeah. And you got someone who's not. They're emotionally unavailable. Always listen to the story. See, the signs were cautioning you. The story, the picture that someone paints. See, they tell you some truth. So you trust them, so you believe them. But this is a person here who paints the picture and tells you a story. So they're really, what it is with this energy, the Fool, they're playing on your sympathies. You're dealing with, this person's actually a very, very clever manipulator. They play upon your sympathies. Yeah, so really watch that energy. Watch out for emotional manipulation too. But you've got a person coming in, I feel, who is definitely going to come in right. So it's telling you to recognize the signs. When somebody just wants to be single, when they want to play the field, they want an open relationship. They just want you to be available to them whenever they please. See, fill my cup, please me. But it's always about the story, the story. And this is something I feel that you're learning here. See, I feel like you're just leaving this behind because this is, this isn't going in your favor. This person does see you in a favorable light, but they just want an open relationship. But this is when you start to recognize the signs. Things will start going in your own favor. See, keeping your options open. Okay? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. But you got a person here who kind of wants you to, it's almost like they want you to commit to being available to this person, to be available to them. They want you to bend over backwards to please them. And they do speak a truth, but it's the story they tell you, the picture they paint. They don't want a relationship. They don't want to be reliable. They don't want anyone to depend on them. They're a taker, not a giver. The right person will come in right. They'll be generous. They'll share their feelings and emotions. They'll date you, court you. They'll do things in a more traditional manner. This person isn't following society's rules, see? They don't want to make any kind of commitment. You need to have faith in yourself to make the right choices. Some of you have leveled up to Empress because of this. It's something that changes you forever. But really learn to listen to the story. When someone comes in right, they don't do the poor me, the pity party, feel sorry for me. They don't play upon your sympathy. Yeah, see, this is when you start to recognize you have a type. See, some of you have a type. And they come in, and I'll tell you why, because you are conditioned. Okay, you've been conditioned to... it feels comfortable to you because it's something you're used to. It's become a habit, a pattern. You have to be the person to take control of this. You have to create the change. You see? You have to be the one to know when to move on as fast as possible. It's about not making yourself available to these kind of people. But this is when you start to recognize you have a type. See, you're going to get some clarity. It's someone who tempts you. But like I say, this is your type. Some of you have this type. They, feel sorry for me. This happened, that happened. Poor me. But they really just want you to indulge them. Fill my cup and give me what I want. Indulge me. Right? No. Because that's not coming in right. See, that's an unhealthy situation. But I really, like I say, some of you have got these manipulative types. They play on your sympathy. Why? Because they see you as someone who's kind, compassionate, someone who cares, right? Someone who cares, that you're very understanding. Yeah, I can see it. And I can see the Eight of Swords fell on the floor here. I seen it a sec ago. I just been waiting. Yeah, see, the same thing keeps happening. You have a type. You need to break free from this habit, pattern, and behavior and learn to recognize the signs. And I do feel some of you are just at that where you've just leveled up to Empress, where you no longer give someone attention unless they come in right. Plain and simple. It is sometimes a person who tries to get someone to chase after them too. See, some of you have had those people who try to manipulate you, and they even ghost and ignore, hoping that you'll chase after them. See, the same thing keeps happening. You need to release yourself from these types and start to recognize them. And it is because of conditioning, because this is all you've known, right? So you have to take a little pause and take a step back and look at this and start to recognize when something feels off, it's off. See, this is somebody who's very clever, and you've dealt with a couple people like this. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But you still do have a person coming in who sees you in a favorable light. So, like I say, I do see someone confessing something, but they're still hiding things. They're just emotionally unavailable. These are your types. Yeah, so you want to see anybody who's confident and really wants to be with you is going to tame that beast within themselves. And they're going to be friends first. See, somebody here will even tell you, let's just be friends. But you have to look at the reality. What this person really wants. Let's face it, they're attracted to you. There's desire. But it's somebody who's a runner, right? But it's often you get manipulated, and they're hoping that you'll chase after them, because once you chase after them, then they know they got you right where they want you. There it is, someone who's only focused on the physical. You see? 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands. See, once they get what they want, then they push you away. You have this type. Never give them what they want, because it is about morals and values, knowing your worth. And it's saying you deserve better. And I do feel like you have someone here who does confess something, but they're still not telling you everything. And maybe even telling you they're just not ready for a relationship. But what does this person expect from you? This is someone who expects more than they're willing to give. You deserve better. Yeah, this is a painful period. This is something that's going to end, okay? But here's what's interesting. This is something that's going to be over, and I'm going to tell you, you're going to be relieved. You're actually going to be relieved, because now you're going to see clarity. You can see things turning around in your favor, okay? Oh, never make yourself open and available. I mean, I can see being open to offers and opportunity, but it's about recognizing the signs, the signals, learning to pay attention to the red flags. When they're cautioning you, that's there for a reason. And I do think it's someone who's kind of checking things out. You can look at someone, you can watch their body language too, where they check out your body. See, they're not really... I really feel like you just got you've dealt with master manipulators. Yeah, but you're going to be relieved. You're going to see truth. This person too knows why you're going to move on from this. And you do deserve better. In fact, most of these people end up seeing that, but this person feels they deserve more than they're willing to give. They have this entitled, like I'm entitled, indulge me. Yeah, but you're going to see the bigger picture. I do feel like you are going to have a future with someone here. I do feel like there is a person going to come in. So it's telling you, it's giving you already an energy of a little bit of a warning to pay attention to not a warning, but to learn to pay attention to the red flags. Know your worth. You deserve better. You deserve to be wined and dined. You deserve someone to please you, not you please them. Because it's an energy of, they see somebody who's willing to sacrifice for love, because they see someone who's kind of lonely and longs for love. You see? They start to recognize the signs. See, they look at you, they can see. So like I say, there's somebody here that I definitely see there is no future. It's not going to go anywhere. And I do see another person coming in. Somebody who will see a future with you. They'll do things right. Yeah, they'll put in effort and they want to build. See, the other person really wants you to do all the work. They don't want to build. They don't want to have to put any effort in. But it is a person very entitled. I feel this is someone sort of entitled to, I don't know. Here's what you're entitled to. You're entitled to be wined and dined, or whatever it is that two people agree on. But you're entitled to be friends first, for someone to spend time with you before they expect anything. Because I do think you got someone here who really kind of feels after a couple of dates they expect something. The right person expects nothing. There you are, taking back your power. I do see a Cancer energy, somebody coming in. Yeah, you got another person coming in. I do see Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn too. But I do think some of you have dealt with, and I see a lot of Sag. I do see Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You've all dealt with different people. But the right person comes in confident. They take control of the situation. And they look out for your best interest. You feel safe with them. They will protect you. They'll keep you safe. You see? Yeah. I do think you're going to have a person here who's actually going to see a future with you. But it's all up to you. Yeah. See, you're waiting for the Emperor. See, waiting for the right person. Some of you feel like the ship has sailed. It's too late. Like you're going to be single forever. Lose that energy. It doesn't serve you. Okay, the right person comes in confident and determined to succeed. They put in a lot of effort because they want to build with you. They want something with you. They've already gone in and done their inner work. So you do have a person in that energy. But these others are just manipulators. Always listen to the story when they paint the picture, because they play upon your emotions. Why? Because they see someone who's kind, compassionate, understanding, someone who cares. You see, and they play on those sympathies. So really know when to put on the brakes. I definitely see you taking back your power too. Yeah. Yeah. You got people who are just here for, they just want what they want. They don't really want to give anything. But you have a person who's going to come in, and you got an Emperor. See, waiting for the Emperor. Yeah. See, there you are. See, being open. See, it's about making yourself unavailable to people who are emotionally unavailable, but learning to recognize when someone is. When someone's ready, willing, able, and they want to build, they're going to put a lot of effort in. Let go of control, okay? Hand over the reins, and just, this is how you check someone out to see if they come in in a confident manner. But I feel like you're not going to be ruled by your emotions here too. It's telling you don't be ruled by your emotions. Try to find some kind of balance there. But yeah, you've got a person who kind of confesses some kind of truth, but they're still hiding things. They are emotionally unavailable. You've got a person who's going to come in that's available. Your ship is going to come in, so don't give up. Yeah. Learning to recognize, know when to put on the brakes. See, don't make yourself available. It's really an energy of just not wasting time with these people who are non-committal. Like they feel so entitled to receive, like fill my cup, give me what I want, maybe, right? Maybe we'll go on a date, or maybe we'll do something together, that kind of energy. There needs to be commitment. They need to build that foundation. Yeah, you are going to receive. You are going to be on the receiving end. Take care. Bye for now.